Do you think we will have the same mix of public transport, collective private transport, individual cars, shared cars? Will that mix be the same, or do you think we will see a standardization of how people move around?
Well, there has to be standardization, because if you want to achieve interoperability, every car leaving home immediately is able to understand other cars or the trucks or the buses, okay? It has to be the same kind of protocol. There must be that similar set of protocols that all of them are going to use in order to, in some sense, this is what we're doing. You probably speak German at home, or speak French at home, but we're using a standard language, which is simplified English. So that's an analogy. It's worth what analogy is worth, but that's what I mean. Cars, moving things on the asphalt, which is a shared resource, should share the same standards. The important lesson we have been learning 40 years ago is that when you're designing a solution for a safety critical cyber physical system, is that first of all, you have to prove that the desired properties are guaranteed under certain assumptions, and please show me your assumptions. This is the forgotten part most often. So you have people saying, hey, I've got something very, very superior to what I'm talking about scientific publications, even scientific, much better than the other publication last year. And they don't tell the assumptions. So the very, very essential issue is show me your assumptions. Now, if your assumptions don't match reality, thank you, sir. Nice meeting you, but I'm not listening to what you want to sell.
We are looking to develop training, a curriculum for software engineering students to learn about both the software in the car, software engineering automotive, but also the mobility ecosystem. And the conversation that we have right now really makes me hopeful that we can continue our conversation and our cooperation to think about what students, what experiments, what projects can students do to learn about optimizing the decision-making and the planning and the design of the network, as we said.
You have to worry about cars that are around your car. Maybe the next step around those cars, but not further. Because if you want to be protected against accidents, that is first of all with the cars that are just close to yours. And there we enter into a very interesting body of science, which I will summarize with the following analogy. Everybody has seen bird flocks, especially in autumn, at the end of the day. Bunches of birds are flying like crazy, highly compact. They make beautiful 3D pictures in the sky, and they never hit each other. How is that possible? We are not even able to think today of how to do the same with cars, but that is what should be our target. It turns out that for certain kinds of birds, it has been demonstrated by those scientists that every bird does watch only 7 neighbors. So if every bird watches up to 7 neighbors, they never hit each other by transitivity. But the point I'm making here is that you only have to watch 7 neighbors. And that's where 5G comes into play. 5G, directional antennas. You talk to your neighbors, full stop. And if we're able to devise algorithms and protocols based on the idea that you have almost immediate, zero delay communication with your immediate neighbors. Hey, maybe safety, the way I defined it, is within reach.
So what is a positive scenario that you would like to see, that we end up in a pretty well-functioning mobility ecosystem in 10, 20, 50, 100 years, whatever distance you need to feel that it's positive?
If we think about bicyclists, in many countries, they're supposed to wear a helmet. The onboard system is there. Yeah, sure. Radio comms, antennas.
Yeah.
So they can communicate with cars that might hit them. And cars can tell them, don't walk.
Yeah.
So if we agree on this, global view, then 25 years would be my guess for not killing pedestrians in cities. And of course, which is easier, to have cars being able to move without hitting each other, without human intervention.